Hiya, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. That was a weird way of saying it, the weird precursors but in between them. Hiya, also, I would rather not wear the Santa hat, but it exists, and it's probably, maybe, this will come out around Christmas or the holidays, around there, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I have not a single clue. But what I do know is that we are basically just going to be testing a bunch of the new legendaries, which we've attained because I played through the entire DLC, and oh boy, have I got a lot of things to say. First of all, my initial thoughts, the feelings that I'm ending the whole shebang with is that I am tremendously happy with it. I had just such a amazing time. Again, it's like just enjoyable. The story was like a classic heist. It had ups and downs. We got, maybe there was a double cross, whatever. But it also ended in a way that I actually didn't think. In the beginning, they kind of were hinting at Thomas, or Tom, whatever his name is, the handsome Jack doppelganger, that he is gonna somehow screw us over somehow. But that was kind of to do something with another person, like to take heat off of another. It's a weird thing. Regardless, let us switch to some weapons and mess around with them. Well, first of all, let's fast travel to a place that we can actually cause some devastation, because 90% of this DLC, not surprisingly, is robots. So we want to go to the trash heap, because this actually has a little bit, but some variety. Also, this is where we left off last time, which, yeah. By the way, a couple of things to just talk about generally, which I think some people don't really know. A lot of the legendary farming is actually they're guaranteed legendary drops, which is amazing considering this game, Borderlands 3, is kind of banking off of the fact that there are so many prefixes that you can get. The proper barrel, the proper augment on the weapon, the element, the whatever, the 2x modifier or whatever. Also, let's not go in, yeah, we want to go to the middle point. There we go. Oh god, Harper just kicked my ass just right now. Regardless, let us switch to a weapon that we want to actually wield. So, this is one of the new weapons. You get it from doing all of Torg's kind of side quest, which is basically destroying hot sauce bottles, which is all the more convenient when you look at what this thing actually is. It's a far away now. I'm not sure if we'll... And this is 2x, baby. So, we get 2 bottles. Ha. Oh, we can't get it that close. But it's basically Torg hot sauce bottles, which you're basically going around the whole world trying to find. And the version that we got is pretty good. It eats through ammunition. It's also 2x, which is pretty damn good. And yeah, it really plays with Moses' kind of regen build, which is kind of good because that's what we kind of play off of a little bit. But yes, look at that damage. Solid damage. Well, I thought it did more. Weird. I thought it was much more. Wait, does this not do... Oh, wow. Well, that'll do it. We got a variant that doesn't deal hot sauce damage, so you can get one in hot sauce or not. So I bet if you could get 2x and hot sauce, then you'd be cooking with gasoline, because yeah, the fire dot makes a big difference with this gun. But you do just have base good damage, which is nice. You can just keep spamming this as long as I keep throwing my grenades. I'll keep regenerating 2 or 3 bullets, which is all this thing needs. Yeah, these are our new grenades, by the way. Last part, we didn't really get to showcase it too much, but now that I've had a chance of playing and I'm not like just choking and ruining everything, it's actually, I'm able to show you this shit. So yeah, that person has armor, everything. We're able to just chew through it. Also, we have a pretty fast reload, but again, we don't want to be chewing through too much of our ammo reserve. So yeah, even though we could just health steal or use our shotgun to get some health back, ammunition back, sorry. I'm fantastically excited about this, but it seems like not a lot of the bosses have that invincibility window. Like even when I was fighting the final boss is actually like almost them finding a happy medium between like an immune phase and it actually kind of making sense. I'm not sure if the last boss is refarmable, but every other boss did not have an immune phase, which I was so happy for, and I'm so grateful that they've stopped that shit. By the way, this is Moxie's bazooka, which is fantastic. I got one that splits into, it fires twice, and the whole gimmick of this is that missile will break into 2. So this basically means 4 rockets just bashing an enemy in the face. So if we fire this, Yeah, so it explodes 3 times. So basically we fire 1 rocket for the price of 3, but then it also fires 1 more. So it's 6 rockets in 1 hit. Hot damn. But I do believe if you're too far away or too close, then there's no bueno. It will not work out for you. There, it was almost dead. Yeah, this one I like. This one is really, really good in terms of synchronizing with my build. As of Moses, a class mod, which there are many. Where is it? I have a bunch, just a boatload. Where are you? We also have this, which I haven't seen most people talk about. It's the slow hand. I think it existed in the previous game. It basically just this tremendous elemental kind of weapon, which Moses is not quite based on right now. If I had one in fire, then that could maybe work. But yeah, it just spits out these high AoE kind of damage orbs, it seems like. Yeah, it has 336 splash radius. Anyways, class mods, like I was trying to say. Where are you? Where are you, class mods? I have some of you, don't I? Oh, I have plenty, yes. So yes, this is Moses' new class mod, if I'm not mistaken. She has 1 more besides this one, which I haven't gotten to drop yet, I think. Yes, because I've seen multiple versions for Amara, but not for Mose. So weirdness, or maybe no, they're all the same. Anyways, regardless, the one I did get, the one I'm getting plenty of, is the longer Mose continuously fires, the more bonus corrosive damage she will deal. So for me, I have a build that I kind of want to quickly test out, but I don't think I'll do it in this video. But essentially the idea is that a grenade that Mose has, which is fantastic, is the Ghost Call. This is the best Ghost Call that you can get. It splits into 2, and it has the amp or the Roy damage applied to it. The other thing that I think could be really good is the Infinity Pistol, because the Infinity Pistol will endlessly fire. It will never stop. As well as I have the one that when you activate your action skill, it does more. I think I would rather the Anointment that's like fire damage whenever for the first 2 magazines you have, which should, I'm not even sure how that would work on the Infinity Pistol. Yeah, that would be like, maybe can't spawn on that, because I haven't seen an Infinity Pistol with that prefix. Weirdness, regardless. But I do think if I were to get that, I would probably need to go down here and get this, which is basically any bullet you shoot has a chance of doing an AoE kind of splash damage like effect, which will proc this constantly. And it seems like whenever you activate that class mod, it always has the basic a perk that is this, which is increased fire rate, increased critical damage, and increased Iron Bear damage as well. Which is actually, that's really cool. I think they changed that perk entirely. Huh. Hard point damage. Oh no, Iron Bear gains increase. Okay, so that's just Iron Bear stuff. Got it. And it also increases the magazine size, but again, for that build, I don't think we would need it. Some honorable mentions. Wait, we still have some legendaries to quickly go use. I love the shotgun. I do have this one, which I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but it's I think it just heals you. It's an SMG. It also, whenever we deal damage, they drop casino chips, which is irrelevant. What's important is that it's a weapon, a damage boost, basically, but it's not that much of a damage boost. So I don't know, we'll use it for a little bit, but it doesn't seem, it's okay. It's mostly the grenades that are doing something there, you know? It's, yeah, I mean, it's got a giant magazine, and it doesn't heal you for a whole lot, is the other thing. Yeah, like if you look at her health, it is increasing, but that's partially because of her grenades. And if it's against anything like steel-wise, it is a problem. Not gonna do a whole lot. Bad. Otherwise known as bad. Really bad. Again, this is mostly my grenades. Just doing the thing. Oh! Well, I'll be.
Here we go.
Wait, what? Do we get a brand new legend? We got a fucking brand new legendary right now. Hot damn. Oh, is this like the Butcher 2.0? Okay, 8 bullets, not bad. 300 damage, that's quite a bit. I don't want to set the world on fire. Do I already have this? I feel like I might already have this. Was that the same? Is it just did I get a barrel on mine? No, that's take your time, sugar. Okay, well let's use this. This is fire capacity. Hells yeah. All right. It's kind of weird looking, but hopefully it's an automatic. If it's not, then well. Alright, well, we're regenerating enough of our ammunition to keep firing, but it's kind of just fine. And it doesn't fire as fast as we would need it to. Oh, I thought there was something there. I thought, okay. It was actually not doing great. It was doing spectacularly terrible. Does it have a thing? Oh, it's a smiley face. So it fires in like kind of a smiley, it seems like a smiley face. But it's weird that, why isn't it doing that well? It should do really well. Weapon damage, I boost fire, all that. Huh. Huh. Weirdness. I do like that though. It does seem like a lot of the legendaries are a hybridization of being world drops as well as boss centric, where bosses give you a guaranteed one or the other, which is great because again you can just farm for legendary forever and just get a really shitty version of it, and you're farming for the best variant. But at least this way, everyone can kind of get in the same wheelhouse of other people's builds. So it's not just like you're absolutely screwed. I mean, it's chucking people, but that's also partially my grenades that do that. My grenades, unlike the hexes, have feedback, like actual mass, and they explode a bunch of times, the whole thing. I want to make a build video on Moe's again, with like the 2.0 equivalent, which is kind of like my variant of the TDR build, which I haven't seen a lot of people do. Yeah. That is okay. And now we're out of bullets, and this thing doesn't count as explosives, so sadness. So sadness. Alright, well anyway, that was that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it's healing me for just boatloads. Shoot me. Alright, you guys are really not doing a lot of damage. I'm absorbed. There we go. I mean, yeah, no, it's not healing me for a lot at all, even though it's a Moxie weapon. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you guys. What I do know, however, is this is also equally as not good to me. It does corrosive damage. It just seems horrible. I don't. Maybe when you hit a bot. Oh, weird. Why am I like? Why are gears like hitting me? Now, what's with the gear? Oh, is that guy just shooting like bolts at me? Is that what that is? I was like, what's with the gears? Anyway, sorry. Next weapon. Sure, let's use this one. The one that's, again, I think would be amazing if you could get into a fire element. It shoots way faster, which is awesome. Also, I do believe it's splash damage. So, with some hope, maybe we'll get a grenade to spawn, or maybe it's bugged for a time. We could kill these guys in one shot, by the way. Like nothing. Like they're trash. It's absolute dog trash. So, if anyone wants to drop me a grenade, there we go. All we need is really the one to get cooking. Regardless, this. Radiation. Yeah, so this one fires way faster. Also, we do need to siphon some ammunition. You do have to reload though, just a bit of a bust. Again, I do think like there was a build for Krieg which involved this. I fucking did it again. I'm the worst. I'm not. No, no. We need to reset enemies anyway. But there was a build for Krieg which everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of people used, which was a Krieg kind of like fire build. And essentially it was that, because you just got a crazy amount of splash damage, you got a crazy amount of elemental damage on those things as well, and they fire fast. It's kind of like the Butcher, except instead of just being, you know, precise damage, it just lays the groundworks of just like elemental terror all around your enemy. It's pretty solid, although we did get one in Radiation, which I would not prefer at all. But yes. Also, I do believe they fire straight, right? Yeah. Maybe it's unique. Maybe you can just get lucky with the alien barrel and that's what it is. Or maybe it's always like that. I thought it was always like that, because the alien barrel makes it like an explosive kind of AoE thing. And it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's not, again, it could be better if you had the right build and setup. Where right now we're just kind of rocking grenade damage and explosive damage. This kind of uses to a touch, not a lot. Also, there's no way that we can actually regenerate enough ammunition, unfortunately. Yeah. Like, to keep firing. Maybe if you added a haunted build. Well, actually, we can probably try that. What happens if we go over here and switch to a... Yes, when we're terrified, we gain ammo regen. Let's see if it is possible, just possible, to never have to reload. Because when we're terrored, we're going to gain crazy ammo regen, and this will let us do that. Alright, now this. Yeah, not quite. It's too fast to fire rate to choose through shit. Alright, well I killed myself. I killed myself. Again, if you have one in fire or some other thing, like a Mar probably can light up some shit with this. Anyways, regardless, it's a cool weapon. I'm happy I got it to drop, but it's not quite cream of the crop kind of shit. But there's this, which we just got to. I just got this. I haven't had much time to play with it, but apparently it makes a puddle of acid on the floor. I do believe it's always fire, like a magma pile. All right, listen, guys. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. But yes, as you guys can see, if it's a flesh enemy, it's dead. But since we're playing on Mayhem 4, True Ultra Vault Hunter mode, or True Vault Hunter mode, or whatever, if you do not fight the enemy with the health bar that is their equivalent, bad times. Like real bad times. Like you're gonna die horribly and in pain and suffering and all that stuff. So now that we're on the fire part, it's okay. I kind of buff fire too, so it's weird that it's not giving it to me in a good way. It's just kind of being a real schmuck about it. I don't want to lose, so we're just gonna do one of those. Boop, and we're alive. Okay. Maybe it's just because my build is just kind of completely evolved around like grenade damage. That's why it's like, ugh. The ogre does really well, so I don't know if that's true. But anyways, regardless, the last thing that we're gonna talk about is what I think is single-handedly one of the strongest new arrivals that we actually have. Oh, by the way, I did actually want to try one of the new shields that we got. It's a story reward. Yes, it says 50% chance to reflect damage while shielded, 80% chance to reflect while you're not shielded, and 10% fire rate whilst shield are depleted. Could probably be pretty good for the, what do you call it, the fire rate build and all that stuff that we're kind of trying to build for. But anyways, we're just going to put that on, as well as putting on what is, I think, the strongest, or one of the strongest new weapons, especially if you happen to play with a very specific variant of Moe's, but it's this right here. This gun, I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's basically death incarnate. It's a whole thing. Essentially, this is like a slot machine gun. It also looks so badass. It also has 7 on it. The reason why is because this thing does 1,000 damage, and then if we go to fire it, right there. That's the way everyone's using to be able to show this shit that's going on right now. Unfortunately, it does not pop up in photo mode. But, anyways, regardless, right there, we can see what our luck is, basically. So this is a slot machine. So every time you reload it, you pull the slot machine. And right now, we have no bonus effects. So we just shoot, we reload again. Okay, so right now we already got, no matter where we shoot with this gun, we get a critical. That is Flak's entire ghosting build. Insane. That's a capstone for Flak. Every character can get this. Nutso. And if I'm, oh my god. We got almost all of them. Oh, Jesus. I think we got everyone but one. Let's see. Yeah, okay, no, we're missing a couple. So yeah, we got basically, wherever we shoot is a critical hit. And let's make sure we have, you know, keep our ammunition up, because that's, but yeah, basically, if you had, like, Moe's spec'd heavily for ammo regen, this gun, I think, could melt almost every boss. But yeah, I think we're rocking amp damage, and we're rocking, wherever we shoot, we critical hit. And yeah, this is the less than great part. It's also really accurate. All right, listen. We had to lose. Whenever you switch weapons, though, it does end. So that is the thing. Also, I'm not really confident with our shield. Let's go back to what we are, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, we're only getting one. We want to try to get as many as we can. Okay, now, so we got 7. 7 is a really, really good one. It's the ending capstone. What that is this takes this 1,000 damage gun and times it by 7, like a masher. So yeah, that person just got light up, as well as all 7 of those bullets have splash damage. So yeah, it gets nutty. And the bullet can randomly have a chance of spawning an element onto it. So if you have a regen build, which I kind of have, I just have no grenades right now, so it's hard for me to have the regen build. But yeah, they basically can just keep you having maxed out stuff. So this is like, if you just want to make an ammo regen character with like terror coupled with your grenade regen and all of these things, I think you'd endlessly fire. you'd be fine. And I'm gonna go. Okay, I don't think you lose it if you go down. Okay, but we will have to lose it. We're gonna die otherwise. We're still not at the point where we're not built for it, but again, this is nuts. And it feels so good, especially when you get everything, like we just got explosive damage right now. It's fast too, you gotta really look for it. We got the 7, so this is 7 times. Doing pretty good damage. Again, we're not built for that at all. But if we do it again, you don't want to sprint when you do it because you can't see shit. This crits now permanently, which is way, way better. Damn it. We got explosive damage. Oh, we got explosive damage in automatic, which means this thing just fires like the, it's another gun. This basically, they were like, what overpowered perks do every gun have, but they're not, like, they basically did something like, oh, what perks are really strong, but they're not quite, like, there. Like, there's a revolver that's the same thing, that has, like, crazy high fire rate, but just is not that high damage. But if they stack on top of each other, then, whoo, now you're dealing with some chaos. Especially if you're able to regenerate your ammunition so that you can just keep those effects on your character. Yeah, see that's the difference. It's like we were doing okay, and then we got the perfect roll, and that's all it takes to just wreck.
Let's go back now.
Not the best roll. Again, if we got 7 times, I think it would be much better. See, but then there's that. Like, we went from being like okay to like instantly it popped. Yeah. And again, if you just get the right build, I think it could be crazy. Because there's some things that you could play with. Basically, one of the things is what Mose has, is what we're talking about Mose, by the way. She's one of the only characters who can achieve true regen like crazy. So this is insane. Max ammo, increasing your magazine size. Now, why is that important? Because all of the regen abilities play off of that. So if you're able to have a giant magazine, you'll be regenerating up like 10% of your magazine, which if it's 100 bullets or something, then you're going to be just having more of that. Regardless, having this in conjunction with, I don't even know if this is necessary. Sure, we could pop that, and then just getting this and maybe some fire decals and stuff like that, maybe. But I think it'd be fine, especially with like if you're able to get this, then you'd have enough survivability, you know, to last and to live. And or sorry, this is what I meant. This, and yeah, you could get critical stuff as well. I could totally see you making a build just around this singular gun, and I think it'd be strong as shit. We may do that in the next part, just like goof around, trying to see if we can break some stuff. Just break the world. As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. That's all my findings and my loot drops for the moment. I will say this is just like a one that I really like as well, and I hope that like, yeah, it works out. Actually, we can farm this, I think, because I think the person that drops it. Oh no, this is a quest reward, right? Damn it, damn it. Regardless, it's like to me what the ogre was supposed to be. Yeah, it does have a little drop, but yeah, it's just a slew of explosives, and it just feels so good when you're hitting someone with it because they just get completely melted down. So we do some of this, or some grenades to get the regen going, and then that person just gets melted. Again, I think if you were to have something with better elemental things or even anointment on it, I think this could be way more fun. I remember this doing way better damage. I don't know why. Maybe there's like a modifier going on right now that is no bueno. I don't know. Give me a minute. Oh, the recoil is gonna be a nightmare. Yeah. See, so now we're able to regenerate not a lot, but a good amount of our magazine. I see. There we go. Now we're starting to kind of cook with some gasoline. There we go. Perfect. There's still some side quests that I want to get done. So I think I'm not sure if I'll do that with you guys. It's just like fun, goofy story side quests. I do think that very sooner rather than later. God damn it! No, don't fall behind the cracks, please. Come on, baby. Yes. Whew, don't want to fall off the edge again. But yeah, I think we'll do some of the, or maybe not even farming, just getting the new weapons and showcasing them with you guys, because they're just a blast to do that. Especially, I mean, with this one we kind of just grazed by a couple. I would like to give some like more light if it has to do with like skill tree and stuff like that. Like for instance, the idea of making a skill tree that revolves around this, basically. You know, having a bunch of JACKPOT pistols equipped, so you have a giant magazine so that you can reload endlessly, so that you don't really get close to losing all of your magazine as much as you might. Stuff like that. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe button above me, as well as 2 videos to my right. Thank you again, and goodbye.